So High Level released Agent Studio a few days ago, and it was promised to be the N8N for High Level. And it could build automations. I did a walkthrough for each of the different nodes and the categories that it offered. And I have to say I was very excited to build some workflows in order to make it more efficient for my viewers. And man, the whole thing turned out to be a huge disappointment. It is just riddled with bugs. There are so many issues with the nodes. I went through a lot of the Reddit forums and Facebook groups to try to see what exactly is going on, to see maybe it was just me, but other folks who are really good with agents as well were saying similar things. They're having the same issues. I contacted the support after several hours of trying to figure out how to make this thing work, and it was just being glitchy. And support, unfortunately, is not the best. There are some good folks there, but the three that I spoke to at multiple levels all just had a lack of understanding of Agent Studio completely. There was one individual who watched me talk to myself for about 15 minutes trying to solve this problem until I finally called him out and said, "So what do you think?" And he was kind of shocked and said, "Well, I gotta open a ticket and contact my supervisor and they'll contact you tomorrow." So that wasn't a whole lot of help. There was one error that I kept running into when trying to run the agent workflow was it kept saying cannot send outbound message to channel. And that's very cryptic in nature by itself. Like, what is the channel it's trying to send data to? Is it the following node? Is it back to the contacts that we're trying to update? Is it the chat window that the user is looking for a response in? We don't know. And the variable mappings were bugging out continuously. You'd have variables that were named correctly, but different nodes would register them and recognize them, but then other nodes would not. The generative nodes, like the ones that are going to create an image, let's say, or a video, they would just fail randomly or just get hung up on continuously spinning. And I know videos can take a little bit longer to generate, but when it just hangs there for about an hour, you know something's wrong. And you don't know if you're getting charged for this or what exactly are the charges right now. I guess I won't know until it actually hits my invoice. Then I attempted to use the MCP server, which is really neat technology if you think about it, because then after you create something like a post, image, video, you would theoretically be able to post it to your social media sites and offering social media management services. You could automate that entire process to where you generate content and then post it to social media. But for that, you need a private integration token, which you can create within the sub account pretty easily. And I even maxed out all of the permissions to make sure it wasn't some kind of an authorization issue, but I would still get these 401 unauthorized issues for some weird reason. And there are just not enough error messages, which can really help somebody troubleshoot, and you're just not getting enough feedback from the system to do that. Now, I have worked with N in the past to make blog posts, use the integration for High Level, so I am familiar with how to integrate it. I've also built a platform to build AI agents on called agentrage.com, and it's supposed to be a competitor to N8N, make it a little bit easier. So I'm relatively familiar with the field, and I was very excited genuinely to work on this, but man, turned out to be quite a disappointment. I think we might have released the whole Agent Studio a little bit earlier. I don't know if there were some external factors. Sometimes you're just working against the timeline and you just have to get it out the door. But in this case, the users like myself are essentially the beta testers, but at a larger scale. So you're going to get a response, which will probably cost you money in this case. Had you contacted specific individuals to say, hey, why don't you guys beta test it? We know it's buggy. And then based on that feedback, you could correct those issues before releasing it as a general release. The web search tool, same concept. It would attempt sometimes where it was working, but then other times it would just hang up and there was no feedback to know, is it actually searching the web? Is it just taking its time? I know some of the LLMs can take some time when they're doing some deep research, but this was not it. And for agencies that might be looking to take advantage of, some of the features to enhance or promote is one thing. When they can't do that, that means they can't upsell this, they can't charge their customers. But then the folks that are really relying on this for business functionality and operational effectiveness are introducing quite a large risk within their workflows here. And this is not only a lack of good product on the market, but now it's affecting other people's businesses financially. The Agent Studio concept is going to be revolutionary. I have no doubt about that. It's just the release and the level of quality that it was produced at today that I have a concern. And I stand a lot to gain because I am pushing high level on my users and viewers and affiliates. I've even built a community around this in order to help agencies build their businesses and be successful leveraging the tools that High Level provides. But I gotta say it like it is, and it's just not meeting the mark today, not effective. I'll stay in close contact with the support, and I'm supposed to have a contact tomorrow reach out for a Zoom meeting to discuss some of these issues. So I'll keep the community posted on what I find, and hopefully we can turn this around so I can start producing some really nice agents and how-to videos on how to leverage these to enhance your agency. So stay tuned.